Hello, friends, and welcome to another Pauper League. Today we're going to be running a couple leagues with Black Sack, and I'm looking at making a couple of changes here to the deck list. So we're bringing Bonesplitter back in, but I would really like to bring attention to the new card on the list, Persistent Specimen. We're running this alongside the Sanitarium Skeleton, and these are creatures that we're able to bring back from the graveyard turn after turn after turn. So on those turns when we get flooded, similar to a companion, we can spend our mana to bring these cards back out of the graveyard and either put them directly onto the battlefield or back to our hand. And that's going to have some synergy with a lot of the other cards that we're playing, many of which require creatures to be sacrificed, and one that even improves as you sacrifice creatures. So ideally, if we can get a Carrion Feeder, Mortician Beetle, and a skeleton out, then we can start growing the zombie and the insect. And then we also have the Nested Shambler Bonesplitter synergy going on, which allows us to make several squirrels instead of just one. And that can really, really power up these Mortician Beetles. As far as the sideboard goes, I'm pretty much running the same sideboard as I was running before. I want the 4 Sylvok Lifestaffs if I'm playing against any kind of a burn strategy. And then I've got another Snuff Out and Fleshbag Marauder if we need some more removal. Crypt Rats is really good at cleaning up either like elves or slivers or bogles like hexproof. So it's definitely filling a lot of roles there. And then it's also working a little bit like a fireball. If we're fighting a match where we just need that little bit of extra reach, like Tron, then Crypt Rats might be able to finish the game for us. And finally, Mesmeric Fiend is just an excellent way to be able to rip cards out of the opponent's hand. If we have a Carrion Feeder in play, then we can just exile them permanently. All right, so we got a land, Carrion Feeder, Beetle, a bunch of skeletons, Shambler. This looks great. If we draw land number 2, this hand is awesome. Oh, they're starting with a Vault of Whispers as well, and a Blood Fountain. Okay, so they're a more traditional deck. We do not hit the land. Um, hmm. We could Village Rites the Shambler, trying to hit a land, but if we miss, that's really bad. It's a lot of artifacts they put into play. Oh, we miss on land again. Maybe I should have played the Mortician Beetle last turn so we could go off on Village Rites here. Alright, well, we've missed our land drop for 2 turns, so we're probably dead. We're not going to be able to put up the kind of aggression that I'm looking for here. If they can put down their 4/4 this turn, yeah. Alright, it's just 1. That's fortunate. So we can Tragic Slip, get rid of it. Oh, we get the land. Nice. Always yes, always yield. Always yield to that. Tragic Slip this. And now we can start attacking for some real damage. All right, pair of 4/4s. All right, so they drew an Enforcer. Still 3 cards in hand. Reckless Impulse to draw a bunch of cards. They find Wedding Invitation and Deadly Dispute. Oh yeah, okay, so this is going to be scary. They're going to be able to move so fast. So much card advantage the opponent will have. Let's see if we can draw a land here. Perilous Myr. Alright, so we could go Myr, kill the Disciple, and then attack with a pair of 5/5s. So they'll have to block with Myr Enforcer, go to 4. Sacking Makeshift Munitions, or rather discarding it. Munitions is pretty good with Disciple of the Vault, but they need time, which I don't intend on giving them. Alright, land here would be nice. So we can play Fleshbag to destroy whatever they play as a blocker. They're drawing a ton of cards with their Deadly Dispute. Maybe they'll just concede here. Frustrated that their real deck losing to this garbage? How can this be? Like, what can they even draw at this point? They're tapped out. Gallop Blast doesn't do it. I guess they could get, like, Krark? Yeah, okay. So let's see here. Snuff Out looks pretty good. The Fleshbag looks pretty good. Do we want the Crypt Rats in this matchup? Not sure about the Crypt Rats. They're going to have a pretty easy time destroying the Crypt Rats. I think we'll just go with like Fleshbag and Snuff Out as our answers to what they're doing. Tragic Slip is okay. We're just going to keep 2. Perilous Myr, again, you know, like Perilous Myr is okay. It gets rid of one of their creatures, but I think we are more interested in the other cards we're holding on to here. Snuff Out can be pretty clutch if we're looking to kill a Tog. We'll try this. Alright, we've got a 2-land hand this time. Nested Shambler and Bonesplitter is a nice combo. We'll keep this. We get a Carrion Feeder off the top. Beautiful. Alright, so they're holding up Gallop Blast here. That's unfortunate. And they do have 3 artifacts. So we can play the Carrion Feeder Beetle They're probably going to kill one of them. I'd love to put Bonesplitter on Nested Shambler, but that kind of feels like a wasted turn. Yeah, we'll just take the 1. And here they'll probably kill the Carrion Feeder, would be my guess. Maybe, maybe I shouldn't have played the Beetle. Okay. Fine so far. Nice. Got the axe onto the Shambler. That's pretty good. Ooh, okay, they got a creature down, so now we can Fleshbag. Oh, the Atog is scary. Oh, with the Snuff Out! What a draw! So I think we go Fleshbag into Snuff Out and attack. We could sacrifice the Nested Shambler, which gives us a bunch of squirrels. I'm just wondering if there's any value in using the Snuff Out first. Like, it doesn't matter, our sequencing. Alright, so they're going to draw a card with the Tog and lose it. Okay, Fleshbag. We'll sacrifice the Shambler, get all those squirrels. This might be a good time to Galv Blast our Beetle. Yeah, okay. So they've had 2 well-timed Galv Blast, taking out our Carrion Feeder and our Mortician Beetle. Our best creatures are off the table. But we've still got Fleshbag and a bunch of squirrels and a Bonesplitter, so we're still like looking at doing damage. And the opponent has lost most of their resources on the table. They've got a lot of resources in hand, granted, but the table on their side is looking kind of sparse currently. They are playing basic. And another Tog. Oh, that's scary. Now we'll make them sacrifice an artifact here. Village Rites. So we could put the Bonesplitter onto the Fleshbag Marauder. So that's 5. So 5 plus 2 is 7. So they would have to sacrifice 2 artifacts to keep their Tog. Or they could just take the damage. We can't really attack with the squirrels, though. If they block a squirrel, it's just a free block for them. I'd rather keep the squirrels as being able to chump. Okay, so they are going to trade here. So this is where their card advantage can really outgrind us, because they have access just a huge amount of draw. Oh no, and 2 Mirror Enforcers. This game might be over. Oh, Jeskai Ephemerate? Yeah, I would definitely look at that. Okay. Pretty good draw, I would say. Another Tog. Oh, we just draw a land. That's unfortunate. Really needed a spell here. I guess we can redraw with Awakener. Oh, come on! Why? Alright, so they're taking 6. Let's put the axe back on the squirrel. We have a block. If they attack and they don't have anything, they lose. Okay, so yeah, makes sense. Sack the Wellspring, get that free draw. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have to block if they attack. They don't. Okay. Oh, come on, deck! Anything besides a land. Okay, what do we do here? We can attack them for 6. They have to block and sacrifice a bunch of artifacts. We could attack them with both, and then they only have to sacrifice 2 artifacts. Actually, they'd only have to sacrifice 1, and they could kill us on the crackback. I think we just can't attack. Alright, so they just drew land. Okay, and they're passing. Good, 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 good. Deadly Dispute, here we go. That's a thing. That's why we're playing Vault of Whispers. We get an Ecstatic Awakener. Alright, that's a redraw. Oops. So we can attack with both and then sacrifice whatever they block after they sacrifice a thing. Okay. So let them sacrifice an artifact first. Actually, 2 artifacts. We're fine with this block currently. Still fine with this block. Okay, so now that they're sacrificing another artifact, go ahead and sacrifice the demon. Draw a card. Oh, come on. Why? The flood is real. 16 land deck, by the way. Blood Fountain. Ah, they're going to be able to return their creatures. They can return 2 Myr Enforcers, play them immediately. That sucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. We just gave the opponent too much time. I guess Crypt Rats is looking pretty good right now. Brutal. We have to block, otherwise we're dead. Village Rites. Okay. So we'll Village Rites. Get a Persistent Specimen, that's not enough. Whew. Tough game. So we've started out with a Screw. Game 2 is a Flood. Let's see if we can get a nice middle of the road hand here. Not great. We got lands and spells. Fleshbag Marauder could be super good against the opponent. But as far as our 1-drops go, we don't have enough. Maybe we can draw an Axe here would be excellent. Any 1-drop. Land is fine. We can get to our 3-drops next turn. Alright, no more lands, deck. This is enough. 4 is enough. No surprise. Blast on the Crypt Rats while I'm tapped out. Okay, now we got something to hit with Fleshbag. That's good. Another land. I was really kind of hoping for a Beetle here. Alright, that's scary. Can't really attack in here. They have too many good sacrifices. We'll let them Oh, they kept the Mirror Enforcer. Interesting. Probably have another Tog in hand. Oh, that's a lot of draws. That's a lot of draw power. A little bit jealous. If they attack, we just take the damage. Oh, Bone Picker. That's an interesting one. Fleshbag after fleshbag after fleshbag. I suppose if they have Deadly Dispute, they can just get rid of their Mirror Enforcer. Nope, alright. Play a Bone Picker. Pass back. Galv Blast us, not one of our creatures. Okay. So their hand has got to be terrifying. If they just have Fling here, we're dead. Get to redraw with Chromatic Star. Oh, no, they're going to go ahead and Deadly Dispute. They still have enough mana to use the Tog. If they find what they're looking for, it looks like they did. So yeah, they're just going to Fling here and end us. GG. Unfortunately got flooded out on Game 2. Game 3 is a little bit better, but we didn't have the early start we were looking for. Oh. They just, screwed up. They accidentally sacrificed their treasure to the Tog instead of using it for mana, and now they don't have enough mana to Fling, so they should have won that game, but unfortunately, they had a dexterity error, and instead end up losing it. A lot of lands here. I think we can keep this, though. I always kind of wonder at our opponent's reaction to seeing what we're doing in a league. You have Force Spike. I was kind of worried they might have Force Spike. No way to play around it realistically, though. So, throw the mirror into the spike. Would have been nice if we had had some one-drops there, be able to put a little more pressure out. Alright, Fleshbag. This is not the time for Fleshbag. Let's put down Perilous Myr and attack for 1 and pass the turn. Gonna want to try and use the Village Rites after they put a creature down, maybe. Another land. That's enough lands, deck. Not going to throw my Village Rites into a counterspell here. Here we go. Village Rites. Sacrifice Perilous Myr. Perilous Myr kills Spell Stutter Sprite. Always yes, always yield. Nice. There's a Delver. Alright, so once again they have Spellstutter Sprite mana up. I think we'll just Fleshbag this Delver. If they have Counterspell, then we can hit it with Tragic Slip. Oh, another Mortician Beetle? Damn, I'd really love to play this out before the Fleshbag, but then if they have actual Counterspell, we kind of miss out. And then also if they have Spellstutter Sprite, that's also bad. Let's just go Fleshbag. Oh, they're going to snap the Mortician Beetle in response. Yeah, that happens. Which is going to allow them to Spellstutter Sprite our turn 1 play. Or our 1 mana play. Unfortunate. We could just pass here, and then Tragic Slip if they play a Spellstutter Sprite. Play a Skeleton. If they counter this, we can return it to our hand. Ah, resolves, nice. I'm gonna put a Bonesplitter down. We don't have a way to sacrifice for this extra beetle to really be good here. So equipping a Bonesplitter onto Skeleton allows us to increase our clock in a meaningful way. I can actually just hit F6 here. I don't have any action for the opponent's turn. We're tapped out. We're not hiding anything. Another land. Give me a break. Well, I guess it lets me cast Bone Picker, which is fine. We'll need actual counterspell for this. Spellstutter won't do. I guess they could have Force Spike. No, they're just going to concede. Nice. Okay, so I wonder if they're actually playing mono blue, or if they weren't able to find their second color. We're going to want Crypt Rats. Perilous Myr is good. I like the skeletons look super good in this matchup. I'm thinking if they're playing Snap, they probably are the mono blue version, and in that case, the Beetle Feeder isn't as good. And we might want to play some copies of Snuff Out as well. Yeah, I was just wondering about that. Snuff Out could be really important here as a way to instantly kill a ninja or get a Spire Golem out of the way so we can attack. And then finally, I'm wondering about Mesmeric Fiend, but like we're cutting down on the Carrion Feeders, so I'm thinking Mesmeric Fiend probably isn't very good. We could just bring in the extra Fleshbag for the last Carrion Feeder here. Yeah, I like this. Now we're really looking at, instead of making, you know, like these two creatures really good, which is going to be bad versus Snap, we have a lot of enter the battlefield effects or cards that are going to be able to come back after they've been countered. I think this is fine. We'll submit like this. Well, we got the Nested Shambler Bonesplitter. We'll keep this, and hopefully we'll be able to get it off. Alright, so no Force Spike, turn 1. We could just Tragic Slip this Faeries here, but I want to get this Nested Shambler out. Alright, no Ninja, and no Spell Stutter Sprite. This is looking pretty good here. Be able to maybe put a Bonesplitter onto our Shambler. Looks pretty guaranteed that we're going to be able to do that. Alright, we got the clock. This is going to be a Ninja. Yep. I was just thinking, like, land here wouldn't be the worst. We could Bonesplitter again, start attacking for 5. That's bad versus Snap. We could Village Rites and then Tragic Slip this. And that's bad versus Force Spike. Maybe we'll draw land off the Village Rites though. Nice. Tragic Slip that. And then we'll put a Bonesplitter onto a Squirrel so we're not playing into Force Spike. Okay! No kidding! Opponent can't deal with a 3-1 Squirrel. This hand is fine. Keep. We can actually attack for significant damage next turn, or second turn, if we play Carrion Feeder turn 1. That is weak against removal spell, if they have like a lightning bolt or something. Alright, let's just hope they don't have turn 1 removal spell. Damn it. Damn it! Maybe I should have played Awakener. That's fine. Yeah, that's when you want to kill opponent. I like the tap out here. Let's hope for no land. They have the Great Furnace, so they're going to be able to kill the Awakener. Looks like they might go for that before I untap, so I don't get the... Oh, no. It's going to be a Thoughtcast, so I am going to be able to do some damage here. And we get Bonesplitter. We're just 1 mana off of being able to do something really good here. And we're going to have to wait a turn. Makeshift Munitions is pretty good versus us. But, I mean, you gotta sacrifice an artifact every time you want to kill one of my critters. I just won't activate the Awakener, you know? Oh, I like the tap out. You're just gonna go and kill the Awakener immediately? Yeah, that makes sense. Another Vault of Whispers. Poor draw. There's an Atog. Oh, double Tog. Well, we gave him too much time, opponent. Too much time. Got too many land draws here. I was kind of expecting them to, I was not expecting the block. I was expecting them to let the damage through. They sacrifice Prophetic Prism. I get a bunch of squirrels. I'll put the Bonesplitter onto Sanitarium Skeleton, I guess. And then Tragic Slip. I guess Tragic Slipping this Tog is better, because it only has like one extra point currently, whereas this one has 2 points. Okay, go ahead. We have enough mana to return Persistent Skeleton to play. Oh, this is dangerous, though. Double Disciple. That's 2 damage for every artifact they sacrifice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 14 points just by itself. No attacks like that. Another land, come on. Turn 7, we got 6 lands. Turbo Fog, hello. I like killing one of their disciples, that's decent. Oh, they're going to Deadly Dispute. Draw 2 cards. Move the Bonesplitter to a squirrel. Pass turn. Maybe I should have been attacking with the squirrels there. Get those extra points of damage in. Make them maybe use makeshift munitions. If they had kept the Disciple, Triple Disciple probably killed us. There's Deadly Dispute. Draw 3 cards. I could probably just go to the end step. Persistent Specimen comes back to the battlefield tapped, so I'm not going to be able to like bring it in as a blocker if they remove it. This doesn't look like pod racing. No. We should be racing, but we drew too many lands. This is my constant refrain when I play this deck. Woe is me, I drew too many lands. It looks like we're just dead with this amount of artifacts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Super dead. How does someone get that frog avatar? You get it out of a chest. I think I actually have a couple of those. Yep. Yeah, you get them out of a chest. Alright, so playing against Affinity again. Yeah. This is fine. That first turn Gal Blast, though, I think is what it really came down to. We drew a lot of lands, sure, but killing the Carrion Feeder before we were able to get it going, we should have maybe just played the turn 1 Nested Shambler. Now I'm running scared. Seems good. So we can Carrion Feeder Bone Picker after combat. There's a board. Turn 2, Casual 6 Power. Ooh, I should not be F6'd here. If they throw a Galv Blast at Bone Picker, I should be able to sacrifice, but instead they're throwing it at the Carrion Feeder here. So they have plenty of artifacts. We're not going to be able to save the Carrion Feeder. It just goes down. Ah, Persistent Specimen and Deadly Dispute. You don't say. Okay, looks like a setup turn for them. I'm going to take this opportunity to Deadly Dispute the Persistent Specimen. All right, and we can just bring that back into play at any time, so we could do it during their end step, or we could put down Crypt Rats, which would give us like a fireball type effect. Another Wellspring. Please no 4/4s. I mean, we still got the Bone Picker to fly over. Looks good. Oh, Carrion Feeder's a bit of a combo with Persistent Specimen. Let's put this down pre-combat. All right, pass back. Oh, wow. Draw 3 cards for 2 mana. Seems good. Sword of 1 mana, because you get the treasure token back. Pauper Ancestral Recall. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. You're going to have to sacrifice a lot of creatures, though, to kill my Carrion Feeder. Oh, they got a lot of artifacts to sacrifice. Hey there, Blind. Fortunately, our Bone Picker survives the Kark clan. Oh, they're going to Galv Blast the Bone Picker. That sucks. Alright, so they had so many artifacts to sacrifice, and they get to draw a card for basically each one. We can bring back the Persistent Specimen and get one more trigger on the Carrion Feeder, and they have to sacrifice their star. But then we don't have Persistent Skeleton on the battlefield. I think we just let this happen and we bring back our 1/1. Oh no, another one? This card is such a jerk! Yeah, we got the Specimen we can bring back as well. Make them sacrifice another artifact. This deck looks funny. Thanks. Alright, so we could bring one back and make them sacrifice one more artifact. I think I'm into that. We got the Crypt Rats. Hopefully we can use it to do those last points of damage. Ah, the Atog is scary. Another fucking Clan Shaman. Fleshbag is okay, so we can like Tragic Slip and then Fleshbag. Too bad we don't have enough mana to Persistent Skeleton as well. I say as I curse every time I draw a land. Oh, okay, they're going to Deadly Dispute. Yeah, Fleshbag first might have been the way. Oh, that's Pauper for you. But opponent is playing what is currently thought of to be the best Pauper deck. Affinity just has so many options. You're able to draw, and then find your combo with a Tog. And like Blood Fountain is now letting you replay your combo. It's super scary. Yeah, there's a lot of people clamoring for a banning from Affinity, and I think that it should definitely happen. The deck is too good. Like, it just draws an absurd amount of cards. They're going for another Deadly Dispute, so they still haven't found the cards that they're actually looking for. I mean, they have to find an answer to the Crypt Rats that is of paramount importance. If I untap with Crypt Rats on the board, I win. Oh, Mirror Enforcer doesn't do it. Ah, they found the cast down. Okay. Another land, but that does let us put both of our persistent specimens onto the battlefield. Oh yeah, and here's the Blood Fountain. Return Kark Clan and a Tog back to hand. Yeah, sometimes it feels that way, huh? Okay, they're actually going to fling um, the robot at our face here, and then does that mean they have enough to just fling the Tog at our face? It seems that way. GG. I think you punted when you used your treasure for basically no gain. I mean, yeah. Close game. If we draw land, this hand is good. Thriving Isle, so we could be playing against Affinity or Familiars or Evoke. Snuff Out is a problem. Okay, we just need the land. This is white-blue, so I think we start with a Carrion Feeder. And then if we can play Nested Shambler Beetle, we're looking pretty good. Okay, they're just holding up mana. Damn, no land. Oh, this is the constant cry with the deck. Too many lands or no lands. So they're going to prohibit this. Oh, counterspell, sure. Alright, looks like they're tapped out. Should be able to get a Mortician Beetle into play here. Look at the opponent playing a land every turn. Is that really necessary? Oh, and they're playing black mana as well. That's interesting. Ooh, you're going to sacrifice a creature. I like that a lot. Yeah, I'll get a +1/+1 counter, thank you. Still no land. I guess we could play the Persistent Specimen and attack for 5. Late to dinner, the Muldrifter, sure. Nested Shambler is actually a pretty good draw. Alright, hit for 4, puts you to 9, and I've got 9 power on board. All that with a single swamp. Imagine what would happen if I had 2. Journey to Nowhere, yep. Which one do you target? Target the Mortician Beetle. So we can sacrifice the Beetle here. That's bad if they return the Journey to Nowhere. Okay, Archaeomancer. Returning late to dinner, yep, makes sense. Get another skeleton. Is this deck the reason Deadly Disputes are $3? No. That would be Affinity and Metalcraft. I mean, we're doing pretty good for one land here. We're putting pressure on the opponent, but I'm pretty sure we're about to run out of gas. Another Journey gets rid of Carrion Feeder. Okay, Angelic Renewal, so we know exactly what we're fighting now. Too many lands or not enough? By Village Rites, I'm so scared of a counterspell, then I just have nothing. Yeah, this one's lost. Alright, so how are we going to fight the opponent here? Mesmeric Fiend looks pretty good. Really like Crypt Rats. Crypt Rats looks amazing in this matchup. Not a fan of Fleshbag at all. Snuff Out, I'm not a huge fan of either. I don't think we're realistically going to be able to use our removal spells effectively in this matchup. Joshua Daniel, thanks for the follow, friend. Why did it turn from looking like limited to looking like modern on steroids? What the fuck is this format? I know, right? A lot of people will look at Pauper and, see that, okay, well, it's all commons, so what's the most destructive thing you can do with all commons? Come on. I mean, we've got, just for starters, Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, Lotus Petal, a bunch of the red rituals, Manamorphose. A lot of the cards that you're going to see on this format are like modern and legacy cards. I'm playing, something pretty out of left field today. This is something that I've been working on quite a bit. But if you look at a lot of the more common Pauper decks, you're going to see that the power level is pushed quite a bit. Yep, Brainstorm, absolutely. There's, and that's a great point. The cantrips. You can look at the cantrips that you have available in Pauper. You have all of them. Like Ponder, Preordain, Brainstorm, Thought Scour, Opt, Consider. And I mean, the number one thing that I keep coming back to about this format is the price point. Being able to play this format, you know, for like $40, putting together a deck, that's pretty excellent. And you can definitely go way, way lower. You know, you can spend probably $10 on one of these decks, depending on which one you're building. The one I'm playing currently, besides the Deadly Disputes, is actually that's not entirely true. The Snuff Out is really expensive in this list. Best cantrips. I mean, no, there's incredible answers as well. We get Lightning Bolt, Gallop Blast, Counterspell, um, Cast Down, Terminate. All right, so we're going to be able to do a thing here. Not sure if I want to Deadly Dispute the Myr. Another Mortician Beetle? Oh, that is sweet. Just go for double Beetle. I mean, that is true. We have 0 you win the game cards in Pauper. That effect just does not exist in this format. Although we do have the Monarch, which is a much slower way of saying you win the game. Oh my god, Nested Shambler? Good draw. Always yield. Always yes, yield to that. Always yes, always yield. Okay, we get an Ecstatic Awakener, or we could just Deadly Dispute again. I kind of like Deadly Dispute again here. Sacrifice the squirrel, we get to attack for a ton. We get Village Rites, so we can make these Mortician Beetles 4/4s. Or we can hold the mana for Crypt Rats. We could also just play Awakener. Yeah, this is the Ephemerate deck. It is. I'm just deciding how I want to finish off this turn here, because we could Village Rites the Perilous Myr and do 8, 10 damage total. I also like just holding up Crypt Rats. Having the extra mana for Crypt Rats seems really good. We're going to hold up the Village Rites. Because if we, like, the Crypt Rats are going to be super important to clear out the birds. Fortunately, they did not have the untapped land here, or the, like, the Evoke creature that I was scared of. The white Evoke creature would have been just terrifying here. But as is, I think we've got this one locked up. They do have Counterspell available. We get the land, but they could Counterspell the Crypt Rats. Alright, play the Rats. They do have the Counterspell. Okay. I'm just going to play Ecstatic Awakener. Pass the turn. We have Village Rites up. And they need, you know, like something pretty good here. And if they're tapping out, oh, Stonehorn, I mean, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. But it means we get to resolve the Crypt Rats. And I think resolve Crypt Rats is death. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is. Okay, we win. Sweet. Okay, got some serious pressure going on there. Managed to make it out of that game. Single land hand again. Oh, we're on the draw. We got Village Rites. I'm going to keep it. Opponent's mulliganing pretty heavily here. Not sure if I should play the Shambler or the Skeleton turn 1. Let's see what we draw. Perilous Myr. Let's play the Shambler. I'm hoping to get a land here, obviously. We miss. So this deck looks infinitely more fun than the Red Cascade thing you did a couple weeks back. You think so? This is definitely one of my favorite decks, but it's actually between this one and the one you're talking about are my two favorite decks in Pauper. Like, we just need to draw land here. Village Rites, let's go. Draw land. Fuck. Okay, I guess we die. Well, the opponent is on a pretty serious mulligan here. Maybe if we draw land, we might be able to get out of it. Fuck. And they get to undo their mulligan here. They just draw 4 cards. I mean, that pretty much defines this deck, Mana Woes. Oh, yeah, yep. They're going to get rid of a skeleton here. Oh, damn, Shauna. In there with the tips. You're absolutely right. I should be doing a lot more of that. Unfortunately, I'm just a mediocre Magic player, so I can only draw lands or spells. Exclusive or. Turn 6. Whatever. I think we just scoop them up here. Like, this is pretty frustrating. Do we even bother continuing to play this? Whatever. Oh, wow. Ephemerate on Muldrifter. Draw another 4 cards. Seems good. Exactly. Another Muldrifter. Looks pretty good what they're doing over there. They got a full hand and lands and a better board. I think it's time to scoop it up. We'll draw land here because I've decided it's time to scoop. No, still none. All right. Got 2 lands, Nested Shambler to start. This is a keep. All right, they have a tap land. We get Deadly Dispute. It's an interesting one. I think we'll just go Perilous Myr. But we could potentially, like, Deadly Dispute the Shambler and put Bone Picker down. Another tap land. Love that. They're not doing too much with their early game here. Kind of like play Skeleton, Deadly Dispute the Shambler, play Bone Picker. So now we're attacking for 6. And if they put down Crypt Rats, we have Marauder to answer it. Bajukabog, sure. Another tap land. All tap lands from the opponent so far. Do you have a play? Cast down my Bone Picker. Good play. I'll play a Beetle. Attack. And I think we just leave the Fleshbag Marauders in hand. Like, we could Fleshbag the Skeleton. That's pretty aggressive. Actually, I kind of like that. Gets a lot more power on the board. And we can replay the Skeleton later. Although we are kind of cold now to land Crypt Rats. Too bad. Another Beetle. Interesting. A Fleshlight Marauder. I don't know if you want to be putting anything near that thing, though. I mean, look at that face. Disgusting. Alright, so we gotta remember to put the Skeleton back in our hand. Oh, you're braver than I. What a good play for us. That is so clutch. We're going to smash them for so much damage. Play Skeleton, play Fleshbag. Let's go. Each of my beetles just grows to immense size here. Attack for 7. It's looking pretty good for our hero here. I mean, the opponent has tons of cards in hand, so they could have, like, removal into removal, which would be pretty good. Oh my. Yeah, I bet he has some tales to tell. Oh, this is only hit for 3, so we get to keep the beetle. So they block here, activate Crypt Rats, go to 1. And I think they just die now because we Deadly Dispute, sacrifice Fleshbag, and now this beetle here is lethal and doesn't die to their Crypt Rats. Sweet. Managed to black sack the Orzhov Pestilence list. So we're going to bring in the extra Fleshbag. I like the Mesmeric Fiends in this matchup. Perilous Myrs are kind of interesting because they can actually block and kill the Guardian of the Guild Pacts. Bone Pickers, not too much of a fan of in this matchup. And then I'm wondering about my own Crypt Rats, like as a fireball. It could be a great way to actually finish a game. Can probably take out the Tragic Slips. Put in 3 Crypt Rats. Zero land, must mull. 1 land on the draw. We'll keep it. Probably get rid of Bonesplitter. Might just get rid of the Mesmeric Fiend because it's a 2-mana card. And Shambler plus Bonesplitter is kind of a combo. Land. Alright, land on top. Let's go. Damn it. Not again. Not again. Just holding that removal spell over my head. Bonder's Ornament, sure. Oh, they gain a bunch of life, but if we can hit a land here, okay. Equip. Attack. Alright, so the question is, do we play Village Rites or Beetle? If they play Crypt Rats, I'm in a lot of trouble here. So maybe I need to hold up Village Rites. Guardian. Okay. Bajuka Bog, sure. So if we can find a land with our Village Rites, we can get rid of that Guardian. We do. Okay, good, good, good. Another Bajuka Bog, getting rid of our skeleton for good. We don't have any play. We're tapped out. I can just have 6 here. Play another Bonder's Ornament. They got a ton of mana. 4 cards in hand. But we're going to be going up to 6 cards with our turn. We got to sacrifice a squirrel, sure. No big deal. Another Bonesplitter, not bad. Let's just pass those Bone Splitters around. Attack for 9 damage. And they're going to cast down one of my Zombos. Sure. I'm just playing Awakener here. We can hopefully awaken that with Persistent Specimen next turn. Suffocating Fumes wipes our board. And a Thorn of the Black Rose to take the Monarch. I mean, good timing. They only had 1 card left in hand, so now they're going to be able to continue to play. There's a couple ways we could have decided to play that. We could have held up the Ecstatic Awakener's ability to sacrifice the Persistent Specimen, but this way we get a potential trade against the Thorn. I don't think they're going to attack. Another Edict, sure, so we'll just get rid of the Persistent Specimen here, pump up our Mortician Beetle. And they have 2 Edicts in the graveyard, so they're going to be able to start recasting these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fortunately, they don't have enough mana to recast at this turn. And a Nested Shambler. Okay. Kind of interested into what I'm going to draw here. Wonder if I should just go ahead and draw first. I suppose I should have put a hammer, or sorry, an axe onto that, but then I wouldn't have the mana. Get a Perilous Myr, don't have the mana anyway. Yeah, I think I punted that. No removal spell? No removal spell. We get the Monarch and they have no creature to attack with. Not bad. Deadly Dispute, we can sacrifice a land for that. We can sacrifice Myr. They do have enough damage to ask us to sacrifice a squirrel. Okay, they're going to castigate, get rid of our one of our cards. Okay, they get rid of the Deadly Dispute, makes sense. Draw a card. They have 2 lands left. I think that's death. I guess they could wait till combat. We get a positive league. Okay. I was thinking they could like wait till combat and then kill our beetle. But we're not able to go back into that game to see what we would have drawn. That's fine. We managed to get 3-2 with Black Sack with the skeletons. We are going to go back into the league in a minute. A couple things. I wanted to add an extra land here, add one of these, take out one of these. So we're going to run with this.